This is not about buying a new stove. It's about physics. You're ignoring it. It's costing you money every single time you light a fire. 37% of people heating with wood are wasting nearly a third of their fuel because they're creating incomplete combustion instead of complete heat. That's thermodynamics. The U.S. Forest Products Laboratory and the EPA tested this over decades. They proved it. Every time you load your stove and close that damper down, you're probably making a choice that's bankrupting you in BTUs, and you don't even know it. At 100 degrees Fahrenheit, wood fiber breaks down and releases pure energy as heat. Below 800 degrees Fahrenheit, you're not burning wood, you're smoldering it. And smoldering creates smoke, creosote, and wasted fuel instead of usable heat. Think about it this way. A fire that's burning hot and clean releases its energy immediately. A smoldering fire is like a battery that's leaking power slowly over hours. You get less total energy, but you feel like it's working because the fire's still going. The difference? About 40% of your wood's potential energy just disappears as unburned hydrocarbons and incomplete combustion. The USDA Forest Products Laboratory in Madison, Wisconsin conducted a 30-year study comparing two burning methods side by side. They loaded identical wood stoves with the same wood, same weight, same moisture content. Stoves operated with hot burns 100 degrees Fahrenheit plus produced 38% more usable heat per pound of wood than stoves operated with damp-down slow burns. The EPA's BurnWise program tested 150 home wood stoves in real houses. They found that homeowners using damper control incorrectly were burning 35 to 44% more wood to achieve the same room temperature as those using proper hot burn techniques. Method A, traditional smoldering. Input: 32 pounds of oak. Output: 18,000 BTUs over 10 hours. Creosote buildup. Heavy result: warm but inefficient. Method B, hot. Complete burn. Input: 18 pounds of oak. Output: 28,000 BTUs over 3 hours plus thermal mass storage keeps heat for 6 hours. Creosote buildup. Minimal result. Same final warmth. 44% less wood. Cleaner chimney, same house. Same insulation, same weather. Different technique equals dramatically different outcomes. In Sweden, Norway, and Finland, where wood heating is still common practice, households are trained on proper burning technique from childhood. When researchers tracked families who switched from smoldering to hot burn methods, fuel consumption dropped 35 to 42% within the first heating season. Why? Because in these countries, inefficient wood burning was never normalized. The knowledge stayed alive. Families still using 100-year-old masonry heaters report burning 1.5 to 2 cords per season for full house heating. American homeowners with similar square footage burn 4 to 6 cords using modern metal stoves with damper control. A masonry heater forces hot, complete burns. Archaeologists studying medieval and colonial hearths found deposits of ash and complete combustion residue, evidence that fires were burned hot and frequently renewed, not damped down for long, slow burns. Medieval families heated 2,000 plus square foot great halls with a fraction of the wood modern families use for 1,200 square feet homes. How they understood burn dynamics. Masonry heaters built in rural Russia and Scandinavia 100 plus years ago are still being used today because they're engineered to force complete combustion. Families report the same efficiency now as when they were built. Modern stoves most require maintenance and adjustment within 10 to 20 years. Sarah inherited a 1,800 square feet farmhouse and wanted to heat it with wood for cost savings. Year 1, she followed conventional wisdom. Damper the stove down, keep the fire going all night. Year 1 consumption: 6 cords cost, $1,800 at $300 cord. Chimney cleaning. Every 6 weeks, heavy creosote. Learned about hot burn technique and rebuilt a masonry heater insert in her existing stove. Year 2 consumption: 2.5 cords cost, $750. Chimney cleaning. Once per season, minimal buildup, same house. Same insulation, same winters, different technique. She cut her wood costs by 58% and her chimney maintenance by 90%. We lost the knowledge of proper wood burning because of how the appliance industry evolved in the last 50 years. Reason 1. Marketing of convenience. 1970s, 1980s, when metal wood stoves became popular. Manufacturers sold them as set it and forget it, load it, close the damper, let it burn all night. This was positioned as progress. But it was actually regression. Reason to automation replaced skill 1990s, 2000s. Central heating became the default. Wood heating became a backup or aesthetic choice. You didn't need to learn the physics, you just needed the stove to provide some heat while requiring minimal attention. Reason 3. Generational break, 2000s present. The knowledge gap. If your parents never taught you proper burning technique and wood heating wasn't common in your area, you learned it from the manual. And the manual was written by people who didn't fully understand combustion physics. Redemption statement. We didn't lose the technology. We lost the discipline. The stove you have right now is probably capable of burning hot and efficiently. You just never learned how to operate it at its design capacity. Stop trying to make your fire last. Make it burn complete instead. Complete combustion happens at high temperature with adequate oxygen. When you damper a stove to HA-700 degrees Fahrenheit to extend burn time, you're preventing complete combustion. You lose 30 to 40% of the wood's energy to unburned gases and creosote deposits. A hot, fully oxygenated burn at 1,100 to 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit completes combustion in 2 to 3 hours, releases all the energy immediately, and then thermal mass your walls, floors, stove body stores, and releases that heat for 6 to 12 hours. What to do? 1. Load your stove with smaller, drier pieces, not full logs. 2. Leave damper fully open for the first 30 to 45 minutes to establish hot combustion. 3. Only damper down once the fire is well established and burning clean. You'll see a clear, bright flame, not orange smoke. 4. Reload before the fire dies. Down frequent small loads beat infrequent large loads. Benefits: 30 to 44% less wood consumption, cleaner chimney, less creosote faster. More responsive heat, longer stove lifespan, less stress from smoldering. Wet wood is your enemy. Dry wood is your cheat code. Wood moisture content determines burn temperature. Green or wet, with 25 to 50% moisture, requires so much energy to evaporate water that the flame temperature drops below 900 degrees Fahrenheit. You're burning the water, not the wood. Properly seasoned wood, 12 to 20% moisture, ignites at lower temperature and burns hotter. It's not magic, it's physics. Do what to do. 1. Measure moisture with a $20 moisture meter available at any hardware store. 2. Season wood for 6 to 12 months outdoors, stacked and covered. 3. Store in a dry location before burning. 4. Aim for 12 to 18% moisture content. Test before loading. Benefits: dramatically higher burn temperatures, fire catches, and responds faster, less smoke and creosote. Even a small improvement in moisture saves 15 to 20% fuel. How you load the stove matters as much as what you load. Tight stacking creates air channels that promote consistent, complete combustion. Loose loading creates dead zones where fire smolders around the wood instead of burning through it. Think of it like a campfire. Logs spread out and loosely stacked create poor combustion. Logs stacked tight with small gaps burn hot and clean. What to do? 1. Split wood 2 for 2 6-inch diameter, not massive rounds. 2. Stack inside stove vertically or at angles, tight together, not loose. 3. Leave small gaps at top for airflow. 4. Load progressively, start with kindling and smaller pieces. Build to larger benefits: 20 to 25% more heat per load faster, more complete burns, easier to reload and manage, less effort to split with smaller pieces. Your eyes are better than your watch. Read the fire, don't follow a schedule. The color and behavior of smoke tells you the combustion temperature. White-blue smoke equals incomplete combustion, below 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear. Bright flame equals complete combustion, above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Many people close the damper at a set time, for example, damper down at 8 p.m. for overnight burn. It ignores the actual state of the fire. Sometimes it's ready, sometimes it's not. What to do? 1. Start with full damper open. 2. Once fire is established, 5 to 10 minutes, watch the smoke color. 3. When smoke is minimal and flame is bright, clear. Gradually close damper to control heat output, not to reduce flame. 4. Close damper only enough to control warmth, not to reduce fire intensity. 5. If smoke turns orange, white, open damper back up. You've dampered too far. Benefits: responsive heat control without wasting fuel. prevents smoldering by accident. Extends fire life without sacrificing efficiency, reduces guesswork and frustration. Accessibility gradient. How to start Tier 1, free minimal, $0 to $20. Stop damping your stove for overnight burns by a $15 moisture meter. Start loading smaller. More frequent fires result. 15 to 25% fuel savings immediately. Tier 2, low investment, $100 to $500. Get hardwood, oak, maple, ash instead of softwood. Build a proper wood seasoning rack outdoors. Add fire brick or soapstone liners to improve thermal mass. Result, 25 to 35% fuel savings. Better heat distribution. Tier 3, medium investment, $1,000 to $5,000. Upgrade to a high-efficiency EPA-certified wood stove. Install a masonry heater insert into existing fireplace. Add thermal storage, soapstone bench, brick surround. Result, 40 to 50% fuel savings. Modern convenience. Tier 4, high investment, $5,000 to $15,000. Install a new masonry heater, Russian or Scandinavian style, full thermal mass system with radiant floor. Professional installation and tuning. Result, 50 to 70% fuel savings. Multi-generational efficiency. Start where you are. Even Tier 1 changes cut your wood consumption by a quarter. Comfort is not a product you purchase and forget. It is a relationship with your environment. The moment you hand over heating to a thermostat, you stop understanding your own home's temperature dynamics. You become dependent on the system instead of fluent in it. We traded resilience for ease. We traded understanding for convenience. But we also lost autonomy, the ability to heat our homes without industrial supply chains. We have built homes that cannot protect us without a constant lifeline to heating systems. A power outage, a supply shortage, a price spike, and suddenly, we don't know how to keep warm. The fire is out, but the stone is still warm. That warmth, that stored energy, that knowledge passed down, that's what we need to recover. Tell me in the comments, are you still smoldering, or are you switching to hot burns? I want to hear your results. Subscribe to help recover the knowledge we left behind. This is about more than firewood. It's about understanding the systems that keep us alive.